Welcome to the Brand Voice presentation for Oakwood University by Stephen L. Williams Sr. for Full Sail University. When trying to improve your company's brand, it is important to note that in order to make that brand effective, one must develop a brand voice, persona, or personality. This is necessary because in order to achieve brand loyalty, a brand must differentiate itself from its competitors, and a brand voice or persona is one of the ways that a brand can actually make this differentiation. This brand voice or personality will be used in all the brand campaigns to identify the brand wherever and whenever it is presented, whether that be in print or in multimedia. The brand voice for Oakwood University will be developed using that of Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith was a successful rapper in the 1980s who lived loosely with his money and underpaid his taxes, resulting in the IRS leaning his property and finding him $2.8 million. As a result of this, Will was nearly bankrupt when he was approached by NBC, who pitched the sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which allowed him to play himself moving from Philadelphia to Bel-Air. Smith is a dedicated family man who loves his wife dearly and describes himself as a one-woman man, a trait that is hard to find in Hollywood, California today. His mother sends him from the ghettos of Philadelphia to his wealthy relatives in Bel-Air, hoping they could teach him some old-fashioned family values. Will, however, dismantles the sophisticated serenity of Bel-Air with some old-fashioned streetwise common sense. The Banks family, which included Father Philip Banks, Mother Aunt Vivian, and Cousin Carlton, Hillary, and Ashley, opens their home and resources to their needy relative, who quickly adapts to their affluent lifestyle while demonstrating that life's greatest pleasures are still all free. Will is young, fun-loving, warm, knowledgeable, adventurous, streetwise, and compassionate. He moves comfortably among the haves and the have-nots and take advantages of his opportunity, but does not forget his roots, as is demonstrated in his helpfulness to his needy friend Jazz. Will's approach to life is to live it to the fullest, enjoying every moment he could. Though he grew up in the inner city, he has a taste for adventure and authenticity. Will desires a woman who dresses simply and breaks up with his girlfriend when he discovers she wears a wig, fake nails, and other accessories designed to make her beautiful, even though prior to this knowledge he had every intention of marrying this girl. Will is a man of integrity, who rather to go to work for the money he needed for graduation than just to ask his uncle for it, even though his uncle is willing to give him whatever he needs. So he takes a job as a waiter to get the necessary funds. Will soon becomes a Princeton student and works diligently to complete his education. Despite his background and his upbringing, it was not easy, but he did accomplish his task. Will did not have the paternal support that he needed, as he was abandoned by his father at an early age, but he still makes something of his life despite his limitation. When the series first began, Will stays away from his uncle and cousins because they are snobbish and superficial, traits he had no desire whatsoever to emulate. Will heavily influences his cousin Ashley, who he develops a close relationship with because she is real. He teaches her how to rap, to play the drums, and abandon the violin, which caused the family to think he was having a negative influence on Ashley. Will genuinely loves Ashley and understands her more than any other member of the family. He complains that the Banks are too protective of Ashley, but before long, he himself becomes the same. Will is a family man who loves his family dearly. He often bursts into tears and loses his mind whenever anyone insults his mother or any other close member of his family. He is a sensitive man who is not afraid to show his emotions. Even though when the series began, Will is depicted as a ghetto thug because of being born and raised in tough Philadelphia, by the end of the series, Will is a warm, creative, knowledgeable graduate of Princeton University who has beaten the odds and have made something of himself. That is why I believe that Will Smith, the Fresh Prince, is the perfect brand voice for Oakwood University, a university that takes inner city kids and molds and shapes them into world influencers and trendsetters, to put God first and to be committed in serving their community and their nation.